Yes, Miles. We said we just didn't want to be destroyed, didn't want to be ruined, we didn't want to be embarrassed. Did that happen today? Did we show fight? Did we show heart? Did we show anything, or was it just a case of damage limitation and we did well not to concede more?
I mean, yeah, I think we showed heart, but I think at the end of the day, when you set up so defensively, I think it's hard to play any kind of football against such a strong Liverpool side. So no, I don't question anyone's heart today. I don't question the manager's heart or the players' heart. I think everyone put everything, into this game. But I just think a lot of tactical errors a tactical error was made in terms of our formation, and then just errors in terms of players not being as good as Liverpool players were. I think that's all it boils down to, I'll be real.
I saw some, where I was as well, but a lot of people getting onto Pereira's back in terms of just the lack of quality in that final third. We obviously know it's Bruno Fernandes this, Bruno Fernandes that. It just shows like how much we need someone in that area. That there's screams for Mata to come on earlier than he did. Do you think we gave a good account of ourselves in terms of when we did get into positive positions?
No, not really, and I think that boils down to players only moving when the ball comes anywhere near their little pocket of area that Ollie has told them to stay in. So, for example, when the ball is moving, everyone is static, and then until someone passes it to someone, that's when and all of a sudden I'm on my toes. I'm going to make a move and try and move with it, and so everyone is just so static. No one moves, no one makes really good runs. You see how Liverpool doing it. They're able to do one touch stuff and just kind of really just play this really amazing free-flowing kind of football because they're just all moving. I don't know whether it boils down to our fitness or things like that, but there's just not a lot of movement, and I think that really needs to change. I think that's something that, for me, looking at every game we played this season, that's such an obvious thing for me. It's the most glaring thing that I've always seen, is that there's no movement until the ball comes to my feet. So I think if you change that, then you can start to play different styles of football and not just have one plan, which is to sit back against the bigger teams and hope to counter and do that kind of stuff.
And I have to talk about this, Miles. It's all about building a good basis for a good performance when you come to places like this. We spoke about that, so key. First half an hour, keep it tight, don't concede. First 10 minutes, I thought we was okay. I don't think Liverpool were at their sparkling best. It was kind of an even game. You can see the corner. We're on this zonal thing, and I don't get it. I saw Andreas take a turn at marking Van Dijk. I saw Brandon Williams take a turn at marking Van Dijk. I saw Fred wrestling with Van Dijk. I'm like, we've spent 85 million on Harry Maguire. We've got Matic in there. Why are we not just going, we know that Van Dijk is the best in the air, just get on him and stop him having this run? I didn't get that.
I mean, do you see how high he rose? You know what I'm saying? That kind of presence in the box. It can only, if you look at our team, it can only take a Matic or a Maguire to say that, you need to mark him. That's your guy when he's in the box. And I'm not sure what was going on.
They've been told to do zonal, clearly.
They've been told to do zonal, which clearly doesn't work. I think you can't approach. This is where the whole plan A, plan B thing comes in, which we don't have a plan B. It's because you can't approach every game doing the same things. It can't be zonal for every game. You have to look at Liverpool, who are going to win the league, and say that, okay, what are their strengths? They won every single game bar us. Throughout the whole season. So what are their strengths? Okay, Van Dijk can head of the ball and jump really high. Okay, who's our tallest boys? Who's our most
simple? So you're just explaining basics.
Bro, it's the simplest of things. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be a top level coach to flip and get that side of things. So it's these little things that people are crying out, and then when people look at the manager and say his tactics aren't good or this isn't good and that isn't good, you can see why they're saying it. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the game to get on his back, because you and I on the road trip up were saying that, look, we feel like we're going to get beaten anyway, but show good account.
I would say I agree with what you said there. I wouldn't question the players' heart or desire today. I don't think we went out on a whimper. Yes, we struggled to create solid chances as much as Liverpool did, which is going to happen. But I think for me, it just shows how bad we are in those areas compared to the finished article. Got to finish off with Rashford in terms of being out for potentially 2 to 3 months. The reports are floating bone in his back and stuff. He needs non-intrusive surgery. Problems galore with him. He's been playing through the pain barrier to help us. How have we allowed that to happen? And now look at the state of what he's in.
Yeah, and you know what? Obviously people have blamed Ollie for, playing him when he shouldn't have played. And yes, it's partly Ollie's fault and it's partly Rashford's fault. But then at the same time, we've had no investment. To me, it boils down to investment. If you were able to get, some of the players that we needed from even at the start of the season, then maybe you could rotate someone like Rashford, who, is now becoming our most pivotal, forward. So why can't there be someone else who can play instead of Rashford when he needs to have a rest? The last game when he needed to rest, he should have been able to rest the whole game, and we should have been able to have we should have been able to have the tactics to get through the game without having to bring Rashford on, and the personnel without having to bring Rashford on. Now you've got a player who
can we still get top 4 with that happening?
I don't think so. I don't think so. We've had such an up and down season.
Where are the goals going to come from?
Yeah, where are they going to come? We've had such an up and down season. Even with Rashford in the side, all the road trips we've been doing. One game we'll win, and then the very next game we'll go and lose it or draw it, to a lower league side. So I don't see where the goals are coming from unless the tactics change. You could, if the tactics change and you kind of approach the next half of the season differently, then there's hope, even without Rashford. But I think things are going to stay the same tactically, and so
Cheers, man. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.